Hello, people of YouTube. This is Labs of Apathy. I'm coming to you today to talk to you about the big lie. What is the big lie? Well, many of you know, many of you probably do. A lot of us on the internet, we have this innate nature to us. I'm not talking about human nature. I'm just talking about a natural sort of instinct. And our natural instinct is to go online and troll other people. A lot of you might be sitting there and thinking, I've never trolled anyone in my life. I've never trolled anyone online or anything else like that. Maybe. Maybe you haven't. Maybe I'm talking out my ass here. Maybe I'm completely wrong. But it is in my mind that I know that at least every one of us has either inadvertently or by purpose made fun of someone or trolled someone in their life. Thought in their head, wow, this person is stupid. Or, thought in our head that this person is a fucking asshole for some reason or the other. Or thought in their head that humans are fucking inherently stupid. Of course, I have previous videos, and I think I show this a lot of times, my innate nature for humanity, which I used to have. But what do we do as humans when we get together into a group of people that may or may not fit with our own belief systems, with our own religious ideologies, with our own skin color, or whatever it may be? What do? We seek out those who hold those same beliefs that we do, who have the same skin color as we do sometimes, who hold the same religious beliefs, who hold the same political ideologies, whether it be that to the left or the right or libertarian or anarcho-capitalist or whatever. All of these labels, all of these skin colors, all of these divisions exists. They exist as individuals because we're all different individuals and we all just want to belong to our little group, our little tribe. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There isn't anything wrong with that. There's not anything wrong with going with the people that you want to be with. It's just nature. It's not, it's not racism. It's not prejudiced against people who you do not believe with, so you don't hang out with those people. It's just us as humans. That's what we do. We go in packs. We're a pack society. We're a pack species. We like to get together in little groups and stay with those people. Now, of course, there's another side to this. Actually, in fact, there's a few sides to this. One side that you can see is that one side says you're a racist if you don't like these types of people, black people, white people, whatever. And that's absolutely true. If you do not like them because they're black or white or whatever, you might be racist. You might be racist if you think that all black people or all white people or all Asians or whatever, everybody in that specific skin color, everyone who has that specific amount of melanin in their skin is the one to blame for. I was walking around in the neighborhood where I belong in the city, Philadelphia, and I came across this group of black people. I'm going to say black people because there are black people. That's not racist, by the way. That's not fucking racist. It was a group of black men out on the street, and they were yelling about their own beliefs, about how they believe that white people were the cause of everything and whatever and all their disasters, and that they would come to a horrible death sometime in the future. It sounded like a veiled threat. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But for me, that is racism. It's racism to inertly say, white people are this. Or even the KKK on the other side, where it's all white people going against black people, saying that the black people are to blame. Or it's all Nazis saying that Jews and gypsies and gay people are to blame for all of the qualms that they have. Now, this I have learned this is ingrained in culture. Now, what is culture? Culture is just a pack mentality where this individual pack has had trouble with another group outside of their pack. Now, they might have had trouble outside of their pack in another group, and they would have remained civil to that group. And at least in not my understanding, this pack mentality is very easily manipulated, because this pack mentality goes in our innate sense of fight and flight, our survival instinct. The instinct to survive is linked with our instinct to go into little groups, little communities that are like-minded, that look like us, and everything else. This is a fight and flight mechanism. It's like, I need to survive. Even though these people might not have an issue with you, they might not want to kill you, in your past of your culture, it has been put down through and through that these people are not to be trusted because they did harm to the ancestors. Now, many of these people who have grown up in this culture maybe a little bit inclined to step back when they see someone outside of their little bubble that they live in. But they might not call for their death and desolation and everything else like that. They might just be kind of mystified by them, want to step back, want to be like, okay, let me stay in my group. But they won't hurt them, and they, in turn, won't hurt them. That's what we do. And that's fine. But when this is seen by someone who wants power over individuals, just like in Nazi Germany, just like in Russia during the Russian Revolution, they see these people who have a struggle, and they see the people who they are against, and they use that to take control of the people to furthermore their goal of taking control. So what happened in instead of talking about the Nazis, I'm going to be talking about Russia. What happened during the Bolshevik Revolution was that the Bolsheviks, led by Lenin, saw that these people are workers, that most of them were Jews, most of them were oppressed by the society of which they were living in, that was run by the ruler, the Tsar and his family. The Tsar's family was about to die out because his son had a very bad disease that would have killed him. It was some sort of blood disorder. I don't really remember exactly what it was, but he was about to die anyway. A provisional government would have been set up to keep the Tsarist movement going, but it would have been kind of unstable. And in fact, this is what happened. Lenin saw the plights of the lower class and said that the upper class is something to fight against. So he took the plights of the lower class, socialized them, which is not exactly a bad thing. Socialism just means to keep the community alive. But what is the bad thing was that he socialized them so he can take more control of that group of people. Have that group of people attack another group of people who may or may have not contributed to the plight of these group of people. But because this group of people did not trust inertly the other group of people, forgot the rich people, they attacked them. They killed them, they killed the Tsar, they killed his family. Provisional government was put into place to stop the socialized movement to keep going. But what happened was that the Bolsheviks saw this, and they saw that even more as a threat to their own existence, because the provisional government was fighting back against them, leading to Red October, leading to the Revolution of October, the October Revolution of 1930-something. I forgot exactly what it was. But this is when the Bolsheviks took over. The Bolsheviks took over, they killed off the provisional government and everything, and set up Lenin as the dictator in a one-party system. This one-party system actually went pretty good for a while, until Lenin died. You know, who's to say that Lenin would have messed it up, or his whole entire purpose was to collectivize and then do whatever he wanted. But that's not the point. He died 7 years later. What the point is that Stalin took over. And what Stalin did was he already had this collective. They were all in one group. Everyone else was gone. The only thing he had to do was make sure that he was the one that had head over the collective. So the collective would be further divided into little groups. Only 2 little groups. The ones that were for Stalin and the ones that were against Stalin or for Trotsky. Now, the ones that were for Trotsky, those ones were exterminated. Those ones were put against. Those ones were the ones that been put into labor camps and whatever. But everyone else that was for Stalin, those people were controlled. Those people, if they went out of line in one step, they're just with the Trotskyists. They died. This group of people were controlled very easily. Now, Stalin had it. Stalin had these people in his power. He could do anything with what he wanted to do because he was God in that society. He set himself out to be a priest, or not a priest, but like a figurehead within the official religion which he brought back of the Russian Orthodox Church, which was actually previously destroyed by Lenin, but brought back by Stalin, so Stalin could set himself up to be a saint within the Russian Orthodox Church. Now, of course, the same thing was happening over in Germany, and Nazi Germany. Now, what is the lie? The lie is that groups are bad. The lie that is individuals are bad. The lie is that the individual sense is inertly evil. It is very selfish, and it only wants to do for itself, which is a complete bold-faced lie right there. As human beings, those of us who have the capability for empathy Even if we have low emotional intelligence, we will usually see a guy on the street who is in need, and we will want to give him something, want to help him out in some way, want to take him out to McDonald's, whatever it may be. You know, some of us might have a lower capacity to do that. Some of us might have a predefined belief system about this person and how they came there. But most of the time, most of us want to help this person out. Most of us don't want to see another homeless man on the street because of either selfish desires of you get off the street and get a fucking job, or I will give you a cheeseburger because I want you to live because you're a human being. But then we have the idea in our head that we hate humanity. And why do we have that idea in our head? Well, we have that idea because we look at history and we look at the people around us and we look about how they go around and treat each other like crap sometimes. And then we say, we equivocate that with humanity, what humanity really is. And then we think in our head that humanity is scum and humanity needs to be orderly and everything else like that. When really, in reality, it's the opposite. We need freedom. And the reason why we need freedom is that we need to understand that each and every one of us is exactly the same. And we can be dicks too. Why can we be dicks? That is the question. The question is not that why is it that everyone is a dick around me? It's not everyone. It's an individual. It goes on an individual basis. Why is this person fucking mean to me? Well, of course you can't think that when it's happening. When it's happening, it's annoying. And you usually internalize it and make that into a belief that because this person was mean, because a lot of people were mean to me, because a lot of people are fucking assholes and scumbags and everything, that means everyone is a scumbag. When really, in reality, everyone has the capability to be fucking smart, has the capability to be awesome, is indeed awesome, is indeed fucking smart. Everyone is smart. The only thing is that they have different ideas and different beliefs that might have to deal with something that is conflicting to your own individual belief system. And because of that, we internalize it, and because of that, we get angry at other people, and because of that, we want to stick within our group. And when we stick within our group, and when we have the idea that everyone else around us is a fucking bad person, it makes us more susceptible to being prodded with the message that these people are to attack, and prodded with the capability to be collectivized, just like the Nazis were in Germany, or just like the Stalinists were in Russia after the Bolshevik Revolution. What we need to understand is that we're allowed to be in our groups. We're allowed to be fucking racist if we're idiots. You know, we're allowed to have our own misconceptions and everything else like that, and that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine if we say stupid shit that most of the world disagrees with. It's okay to be a homophobe, even though you're a fucking moron. You're allowed to be a moron. That's the point. You're allowed to be a moron. You're allowed to be smart. You're allowed to have your own beliefs. You're allowed to voice your own opinions. But you're not allowed to not be held to scrutiny. If somebody is going to help point out your stupidity, they have full rights to point out your stupidity. But you also have full rights to be stupid. Just like I do. Just like everyone else does. Because we're all stupid in some ways and we're all fucking smart. The point is that stay in your groups if you want to. Stay in your little collectivized little societies, because that's what we do. That's who we are. That's a human thing to do. But also realize that those outside of the group, that those people that are not in our collective little group, they are not against you. They're just in their group. They're not racist. They're in their group. They're in their pack. And they have absolute every right to be in their pack as much as you do. But just realize that everyone within their own little packs comes from their own mindsets, comes from their own ability to conceive the world around us due to their own social settings, due to their own history and their past, due to their own belief systems about the world, due to their own experiences. Because all of us are only us because we're molded by the experiences that we have and the belief systems that we make. And no matter what, we will always have belief systems. There is a truth of what is true and what is not true. But most of us, maybe even all of us, will not get there. We'll never get to the truth. But we're striving towards it. Way back when we used to be fucking cavemen, we were maybe a little bit further back from the truth than when we are now. Maybe they were a lot closer. Maybe they were just here, where we are, into understanding the world around us, into understanding the truth. But really what matters is that there is one truth, at least we can possibly all understand, and hopefully in the future, maybe sometime soon, all agree upon, is that we all have our individual rights. We're all allowed to do whatever we want as long as if we don't hurt one another. That people are not stupid, that people can survive, that people will survive, that people have done great things and we will continue to do great things. That people are allowed to be in their groups. People are allowed to believe in whatever they want to believe in, whether that be Christianity or atheism or agnosticism or mysticism or whatever it fucking may be. They might be right, they might be wrong, who fucking cares? We're all just people. We're brothers and sisters, collectively, individually. Not collectively. We're not all the same. We don't have to. It would be a bad thing if we were. Keep your individuality, but also understand that all of us are individually brothers and sisters in the fight for humanity. And those fuckers on top, those fuckers that want to control everything, that want to have everything, those are the people you should be against. You are your brother's keeper, not because the person on top says you have to do this and not actually give the people the money for taxes and stuff, not because they hold a gun up to your head and say this is for everyone else. No, it's because of you, it's because of me, it's because of everyone else. We have the capability, we have the immensity, we have the capacity to help each other out for our own voluntary things, and we will. We are awesome. All of us. Those of you who do not agree with almost anything I say, you are awesome. Those of you who agree with me, you are awesome too. We're all fucking awesome. We just need to understand that we need to help each other out, and at the same time, leave each other the fuck alone if we don't want to be bothered. If I tap on your glass, on your window, in your house, you have every right to fucking get me off your property. Same thing if you were to do that to me, if I get a house someday, because that's your property, this is my property. Property and rights, you own yourself, I own myself, everybody else owns their self, everyone else owns their own property. That's what you have to understand, is that we're all individually responsible for our own selves and individually responsible for those who want to be helped and those who we want to help out from our own humanity. This is Lapsapathy. Thank you for listening. Bye.